Getting your husband's attention was once an easy thing to do. In the early days of your marriage, you seemed to have it all the time. There were even times when you secretly wished you'd have a little less of it. Lately, however, things have changed, and he's more content with working in the garage or absorbing himself in the video games, or assuming his position as king of the lazy boy with remote control in hand, than pay attention to you. What went wrong? And what can you do to get his attention all over again? The good news for you is that all relationships have their ups and downs. It's a normal cycle. The better news is that it's not beyond your control to take the upper hand and to make sure you have his attention now and at any other time that other issues seem to be horning in on your time with your husband. Those three things are, number one, feed him. Debbie Gutierrez is a very funny comedian who understands the male psyche pretty well. She believes there are only two things you can do to really get his attention and to make him happy. Feeding him is one of those things, and it doesn't take much of imagination to come up with the other one. The thing is, it isn't all about whether or not you offer him food. It's about the kind of food you offer him. Men are lusty creatures. It shows in their appetite for you as well as for their appetite for the food. You can't feed him the things that leave you feeling deprived for dinner and then expect him to be happy with the results. Give him real food for his appetite and see what a difference it makes in his attention he pays to you. The second thing, compliment him. Pay him a compliment. Tell him how much the little things he does really means to you. Let him know that you appreciate the way he takes care of you and the family. Tell him how much he means to you. Women are often credited with being the sentimental ones in the relationship, but you often forget that men need to hear those kinds of affirmation and appreciation just as much as you. Not only does this set an amazing example for him to follow, but it also lets him know how you really feel about the things he does for you and for your marriage. And the third thing, make yourself available to him. While we do not live in a day and age where wives are submitting to their husbands in a literal sense, there is still something that touches a man above and beyond all else for you to make the first move, for you to be the one offering him what he wants from you. Make the first move. If it doesn't get his attention at first, make your move a little bolder. But, as you know, most men do not need to be asked twice. Now, getting his attention is the easy part. Keeping it, despite all the distractions that impact relationships today, is where the road gets a little rockier. But remember these tips whenever his attention starts to stray again, and you're sure to keep your marriage on the right path now and down the road. This is Daily Church of GetYourExBackForKeeps.com.